A very, very warm welcome to yet another Kumekucha video. Information and analysis that is very difficult to find anywhere else. I recommend that you subscribe and you hit the bell button so that you receive notifications every time I have a new video. Karibu sana and enjoy.
My good brother from the Financial Times, I haven't responded to David Murathe in Kenya. I am not about to respond to him in Europe because it doesn't merit my response. However, whatever things that he is raising, he is at liberty to prosecute those issues in the best way he deems best. I can tell you that I am ready to respond to any allegation that would be made, either against my character or against any other adventure that I would engage in. And for the record, the decision as to who becomes the candidate of Jubilee in 2022 is not a personal decision. It is not going to be a decision of a few people. It's going to be the decision of a political party called Jubilee under the leadership of President Uhuru Kenyatta as party leader. And the membership of the party will decide who becomes that candidate.
It is very clear that Deputy President William Samoei Ruto and his camp have changed tactics. So far, their tactics have involved threats, and ultimatums. Statements like, whether you like it or not, William Ruto will ascend to the presidency in 2022. Mpende mspende. Anybody who thinks there's going to be a referendum is dreaming. Anybody who thinks that they can stop DP Ruto from ascending to the presidency is daydreaming. Yes, those are the tactics we're used to. Now, there's plenty of evidence to suggest that this strategy was targeted at a section within the Jubilee Party. A section within the Jubilee Party that were resisting the ambitions of Deputy President William Ruto. Still, this was a grave mistake. This strategy was a grave mistake. Why? Because voters assumed it was targeted at them. And the result is, it caused plenty of anger, right across the country. Because seriously, is that how you ask for votes? Is that how you ask Kenyans to vote for you to be president of the country? Yes, it caused a lot of anger. And even alienated, people would have otherwise supported the deputy president. But judging by his talk yesterday in London at Chatham House, the deputy president is definitely shifting, changing tactics. Because going by his previous approach, yesterday was the perfect opportunity to answer David Murathe. It was the perfect opportunity for him to take on the former Jubilee vice chair and cut him to pieces politically. But he didn't. Indeed, the deputy president evaded, refused to respond to a question asking him about what he thinks about Murathe's latest remarks. And instead, the deputy president dwelt on issues. Now here is where tuko pamoja, because the country called Kenya badly needs to change its politics, to a situation where we discuss issues, period, not personalities, not tribes, not tribal alliances, issues. Now, in my view, if the deputy president continues to go along this path, chances are very high that he could completely change his fortunes. Now, based on what he said yesterday, I had no option but to agree with a lot of the things that the deputy president said. There is only one thing in his talk that I strongly disagree with. And indeed, in my view, if he continues pushing that point, it will be counterproductive. It will boomerang back to him in a very, very bad way. Anyway, let's start with what I agree with. Now, the Deputy President brought to the fore something which Kenyans have been ignoring so far, about the creation of the position of Prime Minister. Now, those who have been selling this idea have been telling us that this will create more positions, and therefore diffuse the tension, that comes along with the winner-takes-it-all approach, that we currently have. In other words, more senior positions in government, more people have something to take home, at the end of a bruising election, and therefore less tension. However, nobody has stopped to ask a very simple question. How will this Prime Minister be appointed or elected? Because if he is appointed, in the usual way Prime Ministers are appointed, and that is the leader of the party that wins the majority seats in Parliament becomes the Prime Minister, then what that means is that both the President and the Prime Minister will come from exactly the same political party. They will both hail from the winning party. So how are you going to reduce tensions there? How are you going to claim that you're getting away from the winner-takes-it-all situation, which we're trying to avoid going forward in future elections? How? And this was one of the points that the Deputy President brought out yesterday in London, which I fully agree with. Now, I'm aware that there's an argument that actually the Prime Minister and the President will come from different parties if we're to hold an election today. I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that sentiment, which could be true. And this is how it could be true. We're going to an election today, and judging by what has happened in the past, the party called Jubilee will win the majority seats in the House. And then ODM's Raila Odinga would win the presidential election. Yes, I'm aware of that outlook amongst the vast majority of Kenyans. However, this is very dangerous because people do not create constitutions based on what they see on the ground at the moment. Indeed, I'm sure you've heard people say that constitutions are created by good people so that when evil people try to take power tomorrow, they will be limited. They will not be able to mess up the country. Bottom line, this would be a very ill-conceived, very short-sighted adjustment of the Constitution. Because after Raila and Uhuru exit the political stage, in a few years, maybe in 5 years or 10 years' time, we will have the most popular party giving us a president and a prime minister. And we'll be back to that winner-takes-it-all situation. So what the Deputy President has suggested or proposed is that the national government should actually be reconfigured to comprise of the national executive and the official opposition, with the national executive being led by the president, while the official opposition would be led by the person who comes in second in the presidential elections. And then the deputy president would be leader of government business in parliament. And all cabinet secretaries would be ex-officio members of parliament, and would be required to attend parliament at least once a week. Now, those are very good ideas, and actually they sound great to me, and in my view would go a long way, in reducing the tensions that come up every time we go into an election, especially a presidential election. And the deputy president suggested that the same idea should be replicated in the counties. Now, I found that idea even more interesting. Why? Because it would be a very important new check and balance against rogue governors. Rogue governors who pocket MCAs by using money, bribing them, taking them on foreign trips, etc., etc. Now, of course, this is going to reduce the powers of governors, and some would say it will leave governors with no breathing space and no adequate power to implement their policies? Well, I'm looking at it from another side. Yeah, this would introduce in our politics, even at the county level, yeah, the culture of give and take, yeah, which our politics needs very badly. The culture of sitting down to negotiate with the other side. Because thus far in Kenyan politics, negotiating with the other side is seen as a weakness. Negotiating with the other side in Kenyan politics is out of question. It seems we greatly favor the politics of kifua. Loose translation, the politics of bulldozing your way. Yeah. In everything you do. Yeah. So if a governor has been elected governor, he tells people, shut up, I'm the governor, and what I say is final. Now going forward, chances are very high that many governors will end up as president. Therefore, they carry the same culture into State House. Not good for the country. Let future presidents of Kenya hone their negotiation skills at the county level. All in all, some excellent ideas from the deputy president. Where were these ideas before? What was it with these threats? Yeah, and these kifua tactics campaigning for 2022? Now, I'm very much aware of the motive, yeah, or the reason why the deputy president does not, yeah, support the introduction of a prime minister position. The real reason. And I believe most of us, most Kenyans, are aware of it. And that is, he wants to take over a presidency that is as powerful as the current presidency, which he played a major role, yeah, in assisting President Uhuru Kenyatta to ascend to. However, in my view, as long as we stick to the issues, yeah, people's personal ambitions are irrelevant. Now, having said that, there was something the deputy president said, yeah, there's some ideas he brought forward, some points that I strongly, very strongly, in the strongest terms possible, disagree with. And if I was the deputy president's handler, yeah, one of his handlers, I would have strongly recommended that he completely avoids that topic, completely. Because that topic will damage him, yeah, very badly. Now, we're going to deal with that topic in the next part of this video, in part 2 of this video. Don't miss it. Don't dare miss it. Just look out for that link on the top left-hand corner of your screen. As soon as it appears, you'll be able to go straight to that video. This is Kshs, Kumekucha.